Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to my YouTube channel Surya SAP Online Training Services. Let us talk about today what is background job scheduling in SAP ABAP, right? So we are going to deal what is a background job, how to schedule a background job, how to check the background job logs, how to debug a background job in case of failure or successful. Mostly we debug a background job in case of failure. And yes, how we can send a spool of a background job as an attachment in email, right? So let us talk about what is a background job. Let us say whenever we execute any program or is scheduled to be executed in background at any planned date and time as per the business requirement. That is the concept of background job. The program could either be executed immediately or scheduled periodically to be executed to generate the output of the program in background. And the output of the background job is called as spool. There is a specific T code SP02 is used to view, print, or either download the spool. We can schedule a background job using transaction code SM36 with the help of a variant, right? We can also use the transaction code SM37 to display the log or a status of any scheduled background job. And the final one, JDBG. This is the most important T code which is used to debug a background job whenever the job is failed and the business or the functional team, they ask the ABAPers to debug and find out the root cause. So let us take a scenario of a test program and a test variant and see how we can schedule a job, how we can check the logs of a job, how we can send the spool as an attachment in email, and how we can debug a background job. 36. Right? Now we have a job wizard here. Let us click on this. Right? Click on continue. Give job name. Job name, this name can be taken as per the business requirement or as per our choice, right? But whatever the name we are going to choose, that should be meaningful, right? So I can choose here Y blessing underscore test, right? Click on continue. Yes, continue. Now we need to give the program name here, right? So we have already noted down the program name. I will simply copy this program name from here and I will pass it, right? Similarly, I need to copy this variant name and I need to pass it here, right? Now just click on continue. Continue. Okay. The frequency of the job. I mean, what is the frequency of the job? So that it should be triggered automatically, right? Immediately means this will be executed just after this job is scheduled, right? Date and time, you can choose any date and time, any future date and time, right? If you choose this date and time, you can give your date, planned date and time, right? And after that, you can also make it periodic. Periodic means you are just telling to the job that, hey, repeat the same job after a certain period of time. This is called periodic, right? So when you select this one, checkbox, and click on continue, right? First you have to give the date, right? 18 is today's date. Either you can give future time. Future time means you can give this one, right? So now it will accept. Now see the job periodicity. I mean, do you want the job to be repeated at after 1 hour automatically? This is hourly, monthly, weekly, right? Every option is there. So this has to be set as per the business requirement, right? I don't want to schedule now. If you don't want it to, if you don't want to make it periodic, then you can simply choose any date and time, and it will be executed once. Immediately it is going to execute now, just after scheduling the job. After job, I mean, if there is any dependent job, you can give the job name. It will get executed only after the dependent job gets executed. After any event, start on work day, you can choose work day, right? So these are the options. Fine, I want to execute it immediately for now. Fine, just click on continue, complete. So you can see the message, why blessing test saved with status released, right? Now, what is the transaction code? To check the scheduled job, to check the log of the scheduled job, to check the log of any scheduled job, right? The transaction code is, the T code is SM37, right? We have already scheduled one job for this program using this variant, right? Now let us navigate to transaction code SM37. Fine. You can give your user ID, right? If you don't remember the job name, you can give a star. If you remember the program name, yes, you can give your program name here. If you don't remember, then also it's okay, right? But if you give, the job list will be filtered, right? So let me execute now. And you can see exactly one job, right? One job. And you can see here the status. This is finished. The status is finished. Finished means the program was executed successfully and it generated its output. So how we can see the output? We have a spool list here. You can see this yellowish icon. Just double click on this. Again click on this one. See the output. This is the output which was generated by the report, right? So this is the way how we can schedule and check the job log, whether it is executed successfully or not. You can also check the job log, right? So how you can do that? Just click on this checkbox, click on job log, right? And you can see that this was the program and this was the variant, right? Job started at this time and they got executed at this time, right? Okay. Now my question is, let us say you have scheduled 10 jobs to be executed in the background, right, at midnight. So are you going to wake up at midnight and monitor all these jobs, whether these jobs were successfully executed or not, right? There is no need to do that, right? There is no need to do that. Whenever we are scheduling any job, whenever we are scheduling any job, right, we need to pass the spool list recipient, right? Let me quickly show you. Job name, again I can give here y blessing test underscore, I can give email, right? So whether the job is going to execute successfully or if it gets failed, then also an email has to be triggered by the system automatically to the concerned person that this job has been failed or it's successful, right? So click on continue, right? Give your program name. I will be using the same program name, right? I will be using the same variant. Fine. I will click on spool list recipient. Fine. I can give here SAP dot abap 48 at the rate gmail.com. Fine. Copy. Click on address, right? And I will write here. I will choose one option here. Always. Never means I don't want to receive any email regarding this job. Only if error occurs means the email will be sent by the system only if any error occurs or job fail or in case of job failure. Warning or error, it will the system will send the message even if there are any warnings. Always means whether the program was successfully executed or if it got failed, it will send email in every scenario, right? So let me select this one, always, right? Now click on copy, continue, continue, immediately, again, continue, complete, right? Now let us go and check our job log, right? Let us go back and click on execute again. So see, this was the job. In the second time which we scheduled, you can see it was successfully executed. Even you can see the output, right? But how do we come to know that the system has whether triggered email to that email ID or not, right? So for that we have a different transaction code, that is /OSOST. SOST is the transaction code, right? To view, just to check the log whether the system has triggered any email ID or not. Yes, you can see here, right? On this date, 18/12/2022, system tried to trigger an email to the recipient sap.abap48@gmail.com. Now let us check the content of this email, right? So I will select this email and click on display icon, right? You can see here some attachment is there, right? Let us open this attachment and see some output, some output as per our variant, right? So this is how we are going to schedule any job, right? How we are going to check the logs of any job, how we are going to add any email ID for a spool recipient for receiving the spool, right? And this is how we can check whether the system has triggered any email or not. Hope this is clear. Hope this is clear, right? Now, the most important thing, the most important thing, right? If sometimes if the job gets failed, right? And we want to troubleshoot that, hey, what was the reason job got failed? We can check, the first option is we can check the job log, right? We can check the job log. Now, there may be also possibility that in case of job failure, you will get the message type as E. E means error, right? So what you will do, you will be asked by the functional consultants to debug this job, right? Debug this job means debug this program, the underlying program of this job, right? So how will you do that? Let us say the job which you want to debug, anyone, you have to select that job first and write a transaction code JDBG, JDBG, right? And just press enter. See, it's going in debugging mode, right? We are in debugging mode, right? But this is, if you look at the code, the piece of code, this is not our piece of code, right? This is coming from a standard program, right? This is coming from a standard program, not our custom program, right? So I will slowly keep on pressing F7 to come out from this standard program, right? So slowly keep on pressing F7 button, right? Still we are in the standard program. You can keep an eye on these program names, right? Again F7. Still this is a standard program. Again, yeah, again. again. Okay. See now, this is our custom program, right? This is our custom program. After few clicks on F7 button, we finally reached to our custom program. This is the code which is written by us. Now I can get inside this subroutine, right, to check the logic. What's the logic? I mean, if you think that yes, this business logics at the time of retrieving data from database in the program is causing the issue, then yeah, definitely you can go through this course, or wherever you think in the program is misbehaving, you can debug that piece of code, right? So I am simply explaining here how we can debug any any program which is already executed in background, right, as a job. So this is the way how we are going to debug any job. Finally, I will press F8 and it will be here, right? You can see also here the duration, how much time it took for its execution. 1 second. This is in second. The time here you can see 1 means 1 second, 4 means 4 seconds, right? Might be possible that you can also get some time values here, right? This means that this job is getting delayed because of some other job, and you can also get the time how much it get delayed, right? So this is all about job scheduling, job logs, how we can debug background jobs, right? Now let me quickly go back to our report. Let me quickly go back to our SC38 transaction code, and yes, we have a report here, right? The way I showed you how to debug any background job via SM36, right? Now we have another way also, right? We have another way also. So let me execute this program. Here we are on the selection screen, right? I am choosing any variant, fine, and I will go to this program, right? And I can execute this in background. We have a short key also, F9, function key 9, right? Or we can click on this, right? So see, it is asking for output device. Output device means the device through which this can be printed, right? So I am just giving any virtual printer name, LP01, right? LP01 is nothing but a virtual printer name, right? Just hit enter. Yes, again enter. See, we have options this way. If you want to schedule your job to be executed immediately, then you can click on immediate. If you want to schedule it using any date and time, planned date and time, then you can give that. If you want to trigger it after any other dependent job, yes, you can do that. If you want to trigger it after any event, right, you can also do that. We have a list of events, right? And right? If you want to make your job periodic, yes, you have to enter, click on that, and you can click on the periodic options, right? Hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, right? Or any other period, right? Now I just want to execute it immediately. So click on immediate, check, and save. Fine, background job was scheduled for program this one, right? Again, to view our job, where I need to go, I need to go to SM37. But this time, no email will be triggered. Why? Because we did not pass any spool list recipient. This is the limitation of executing a program directly in background mode, right? If you want to set some spool list recipient, we can go via job wizard using transaction code SM36, right? See here, job got executed. Let me sort it on the basis of time, descending order. So this is the job which got executed in background just now, right? You can check the output. Yes, fine. That's all about job setting. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you really like this video, then please plant a tree, not only to support our channel, but also to save our beautiful environment, which in turn it will motivate us to create more free videos for you. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead.